What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Gemini Sun sign friends. If you were born between the dates of May 21st and June 20th, then you are a Gemini Sun sign, and this video is for you. Today we're going to be doing the Sun, Moon, and Stars reading, and what this is, it's a general reading that's going to take a look at three things. What is your Sun, which is what you see clearly at this time in mid-April, your Moon, which is what is hidden from you now at this time, and your Stars, which is what you're hoping for at this time. So hopefully this reading will give you some clarity, maybe some insight into where you're at now and where you want to be heading. So that's my intention with this reading. We're going to be using the Anna K Tarot and the Psychic Tarot of the Heart. Both of these decks have been shuffled, so if you would please just give me a moment to center myself and get the cards down on the table. One thing I want to say before we get too far into this is that this is a general reading, so it's not going to apply to everyone in a specific way. But if you would like a specific reading where I tap into your energy, then head on over to my website, www.lightofriga.com. That's going to be the place to check out some free readings, free daily readings. Also, to book a reading with me, to look at crystals, all sorts of fun stuff. So I'd appreciate it if you go check out lightofriga.com. Alright. There we go. Hopefully we can see all that. Alright, what we're going to do is take a look at these cards in order. So the first cards we're going to look at are these two, and it represents your Sun. So what you see clearly now at this time, Gemini friends. And we've got Wheel of Fortune and Darkest Fears. Alright, so the feeling I'm getting from this is that what you see clearly is that fortunes, they come and go. And I think that maybe for some of you, you kind of fear the future, perhaps. And the feeling I'm getting is that you're seeing that, you know, things change. I think that's the best way to put it. It's like you see that things change. Things aren't always the same. It's going to, you know, if you're feeling up right now, look at it's like the Wheel of Fortune. I feel I kind of, as a metaphor, use the metaphor of like a Ferris wheel. You know, sometimes you're at the top, sometimes you're at the bottom, but you're always moving, okay? And if you're at the top, you know that you're not going to stay there, so you should enjoy the view while you're there. If you're at the bottom, you know that you're not going to be there forever, so you should, you know, look forward to the view that's coming, right? And I think that's kind of what you're seeing clearly, that life is kind of like a Ferris wheel, and you're just along for the ride. And, you know, if your fears are getting in the way, I think you realize that everything's temporary. I think that you really see the temporary nature of things at this time. So if you're feeling great right now, I think a lot of you know that you know, you should enjoy it while it's here. But if you're feeling down, I think a lot of you know that you know, fortunes change and things rearrange. Does that make sense? I hope so. Okay, let's move on to the Moon, which is representative of what is hidden from you at this time, Gemini friends. And we've got the Ten of Cups and Confront. Okay, I think what you're not seeing is how to be happy in the present moment. I think you're not seeing that no matter where on the Ferris wheel that you lie, you should be blissfully happy, even if you're at the bottom. And I think the thing that's stopping you from realizing your true emotional happiness is you're not ready, willing, or not ready, able to confront the darker aspects of who you are. I think that's kind of what's getting in the way of you being blissfully happy is your shadow self, your shadow aspects, the parts of you that are not pretty to look at. And, you know, I think what you need to do, what you need to realize is when you confront that aspect of yourself, you start to integrate it into your whole being. Rather than being a separate part of you, you accept it for what it is. You accept that you have shadow aspects, and you realize that yes, maybe they're here now, but you can work on them and chip away at them little by little, and that's going to lead to your happiness. And I think that's what you're not seeing exactly clearly right now, Gemini friends, is that you need to confront your darker aspects in order to find happiness. So many of us think that happiness comes from a larger paycheck, or a new car in the garage, or a new house to live in, and you soon realize that that's just a temporary fix for a real problem. So the answer is within. The answer is in integrating that shadow aspect of yourself, and then working on it and trying to get rid of as much as you can, so that you're the full embodiment of your soul. So I think that's kind of what you're not seeing. That's heavy. It's deep. I'm sorry, Gemini friends. I just read the cards. Okay, let's move on over here, which is your stars, which is what you're hoping for, what you wish for at this time. We've got judgment and control. Give me a moment here. Okay, the feeling I'm getting here is that I think a lot of you are hoping for more control in your life as far as creating change, maybe in a spiritual sense. I think a lot of you are, we're all on a spiritual journey, and I think the fact that you're watching this video shows that you're at least somewhat awakened to your spiritual being. And so I think a lot of you are looking to maybe have a little bit more control over the process. You're hoping that, you're not at the whims of some unseen, unknown entity or energy. I think a lot of you are hoping that you can have a little bit more control over the direction and the what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, the direction that your spirituality is taking. So, I think we do. This is just me personally. I think we do have some control, but not as much as we would hope, okay, or like. So I would caution against thinking that you can control anything, especially when it comes to the spiritual advancement. If that's what you're thinking, if this resonates with you, I would say that, I think part of the spiritual journey is relinquishing control and realizing that the universe has its plans, and while yes, you have free will and you can do as you wish, for the most part, these energies are pushing you in a direction that you're not going to be able to fight. Okay, maybe you can control the details of it, but as far as where you're headed, I think you're riding a wave that you're not going to be able to stop. So if this does resonate with you, if you are hoping for a little bit more control in your spiritual journey, I would caution against thinking that that's entirely possible. Okay, but what do I know? Maybe I'm wrong. You can prove me wrong if you can, and let me know. Okay, so that is the reading. I would say that you gotta, you understand the vicissitudes. You understand that things aren't permanent. But I do think that there's something blocking you from not spiritual, but emotional happiness, and that's not understanding, not fully accepting your shadow self. And I think a lot of you are wishing for more control over your life. Maybe if this doesn't pertain to you spiritually, maybe you're just looking for control in general. And again, it's the same advice, yeah, you got free will, but, let go of the reins and see where you head, and you might like it. You might like it. Okay, so before we go, we're going to ask the Earth Magic Oracle just what general message it has for Gemini Sun signs at this time. What message for Gemini Sun signs at this time? And we've got Spring Equinox Rebirth. When I see this card, I'm reminded of the Judgment card that we just got over here. And I think the message for you is that change is just going to happen, okay? Just like, let's say you're a rabbit, okay? And it's winter time and you want to come out of your hole because it's cold, but you can't because it's cold, and you're just praying for a change. And you can fight winter all you want. You can say, okay, I'll go out there and I'll forage for food, but it's so cold, you're not going to really be able to. But when spring comes, everything changes, right? Did the rabbit bring spring? The rabbit didn't create spring. Spring just happened. But the spring has just revitalized the rabbit's life. Now it can come out and do what rabbits do, multiply by the hundreds. You know what I mean? But the rabbit, all the rabbit really had to do was wait for the energies to change. And I think that's kind of the message for you. Like I said, the Wheel of Fortune shows that you understand that, you know, you're kind of at the whims a little bit. So I would encourage you to set your intentions if you are desiring change, but realize that when the time is right, that is when change will occur. When the energies are right, when spring comes, then you could start humping like rabbits. Okay? Weird analogy, all right, but hopefully it works for you. All right, guys, that is the reading for my Gemini friends. I hope you guys got something out of that. Remember, this is a general reading. Not everything applies to everybody. But if you want a specific reading where I tap into your energies, head on over to my website, lightofriga.com. Link is in the description box below. Head on over to the personal readings tab, and that's going to be the place to book a reading with me. We can use any number of spreads to get to the bottom of any issue that you might have, lightofriga.com. If you like this video, hit that like button. It lets me know that you enjoyed it and got something out of it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, put those in the comment section below. I read every comment I get, and I love to hear what you guys have to say about these readings. And if you really enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all the videos I release. I got weekly readings, bi-monthly readings like this one, month-ahead readings each month, so you don't want to miss out on those. And if you're feeling extra frisky, you can also hit that notification bell. All right, Gemini friends, looks like change is in the cards, but you can only do so much. You know, just ride the wave of energy and you'll be just fine, okay? So I wish you love and light, Gemini friends. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.